Good morning, everybody, and this is my Forex setups for today. So we've had a pretty interesting start, but I suppose it's a typical Asian session. The four that I'm going to be focusing on today at this stage are Euro USD, Pound USD, Canadian Dollar, Swiss Franc, and Euro Aussie Dollar. So two Euro pairs, $1 pair, and then we've got the Canadian Dollar. So let's just get straight into Euro USD. Euro USD at the moment, we did get this rejection at the close on Friday, and as I said on Saturday, there'll probably be a bit of profit taking from the short. We are ranging. I think that's the important thing to bear in mind here. We are ranging, and the question is whether we are going back to the top of the range or we are breaking to the downside. Okay, so what we're going to do is just have a look at the hour, try and ascertain exactly what is transpiring. So right now, what I want to do is put another level in here, which is right over here, and you can see a lot of support there. We broke through, found support again, broke through. So this area of 112.779 is an area that I'm interested in to see what transpires there. So if we reject that level, then this short downward trend here is on offer. We have broken through the swing low here, okay, 112.407. So the big question right now is what's going to transpire. Price action right now is typical of the Asian session. It is ranging, big down, big up, big down, big up. Okay, and if you look at that on the 15 minutes, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There it is there. Okay, so there's no real direction at this stage. We need to see some form of direction happen. Now, this area here is what I'm looking for. 112.407 area is what we're looking for a break to the downside. Okay, if we get back below that, turn and test it, that would be verification for me, and then we're looking for a move down. Okay, and obviously we need to break through this tail, get a new lower low for us to be convinced that the move is on properly. Okay, the other alternative is that we continue moving up and we find ourselves some resistance here at 112.779, start turning around and we take a short there, and that's going to give us a move back to the downside. Okay, the flip side of this is we need to get above 112.779, which is kind of the move that I'm preferring at the moment, is another move to back of the top of the range or even out. And if we get above this level here, come back, find support there, start making higher highs, that would be a long entry for me. So that's 112.779. So those are the two at the moment. Any long that I take, tight stop, and then first profit target is top of range. Okay. If we reject this area, then it's a short in the same area, tight stop, and then I'm looking for a move. Pretty much, I suppose we could go for the measured move. That's probably the most logical thing to do. I just take a conservative view of that. And just see if I can find support here. I just want to do that off the 8 hour. Yeah, so that would give us somewhere in the area of 111.595. Okay, there is a bit of support here. Quite a bit of support actually. So that would be 111.526. That's kind of the area that we would be looking for. Okay, so I think it's touch and go at the moment of whether we continue staying on the range or break to the downside. If we do break to the downside and we come back and test 112.407, that would verify a trend change on the 8 hour when the current trend is up. So that would verify a downward trend change. So yeah, this pair is poised either way. Whichever way you look at it, it is poised for a move, and the hour does look like breaks to the downside is transpiring, but higher time frames, it is a higher range, and you're expecting either more range or a continuation up. The next pair is pound US dollar. So again, very similar kind of situation we're sitting with here. Now I'm just highlighting a couple of levels. The first levels, you can see what we tagged on Friday, and you can see why. Look at all the resistance here, chaos, more resistance, more resistance. We haven't really found support at this level, and we're trying to find support right now. So that is a fairly critical level for me on this pair right now. Now, the fact that we have had a move down, a retracement move down, we're below the moving average, Trend on the hour is currently down. Okay, we have also broken below the previous swing low, which is right here at 125.029. So what I'd be looking for is another attempt at this area of 125.431, which would be gap close. Okay, so that is our line in the sand, to be honest, because if we get above 125.430, get above it, come back and test it, and then start creating higher highs, that's a signal for a long for me. If we get back into this area and we start rejecting it, that's a signal for a short for me. Okay, so those are the two opportunities on offer. So the long would basically be a higher high and then a higher low, which would then get me in. And the short is basically a retest of the breakout that we had on Friday. And what it looks like now, that gap will close by the looks of things. Down, up, smaller down, up. So it's sort of like compressing itself into a spring at the moment. You expect it to shoot up to here. Okay, the third pair I'm watching today is Canadian dollar, Swiss franc as well. Now, you can see this area we're in at the moment on the 8 hour. Look at this resistance that was there. Okay, we haven't really found support at this area. Really just that area of resistance. And if I just move it down slightly, you'll see resistance, resistance. We can argue that's support, but it's also a break below it. So we've broken above it. We're now sort of hovering on that level there. So if we come to the hour, we have a higher high. Let me just get this level in there. So there's my previous swing high with the double top, and then on Friday we got this higher high. Okay, at this stage we also have a higher low. So with that in mind, I'm just going to take this level here and use it. Okay, that's kind of the area we need to break out of, one way or another. Okay, so shorts, we're going to need to get below 0.69596, and then we need to break below, retest, that would trigger shorts, and a break above. I'd actually be a little bit more conservative than that. So let's just explain my rationale here. So the first thing is that is the level that I need to get above, which is 0.70015. But look at this swing high here. So when I talk about being more conservative, I would prefer to see a break above 0.70246, a retest of that area. That confirms a new high for me. Retest the break and then start creating higher highs. That's opportunity for the long. Okay, so at this stage, we could have a situation wrong one that we are basically looking to retest this head and shoulders breakout here. Okay, and that's 0.70612. Okay, either or, so any long, that's the area that I'd be worried about. I'd take profit 0.70612. And then the other thing is to see what happens at these two areas. And I would expect that gap to get closed anyway. So there is a gap right over there, 0.70094. Okay, so this is an interesting pair because this could be just moving back up to this area here and then a bigger leg down, basically the size of what happened last week or toward the close of last week, or alternatively this is really just a pullback in a bigger trend. Now if you look at the 8 hour, you can see a couple of things that we're looking at here. Is firstly we've got a lower low. Okay, so yeah, I would expect some kind of a pullback and then the move to the short side, but obviously we can trade both ways, and that's kind of what I'm looking at the moment. So whatever rejection we have in this area, if we get another pin bar like this in this area on the hour, that's going to validate the short for me, and we're moving to the downside. Okay, and the last pair that we're looking at is Euro Aussie dollar. So we had this breakout of 163,553 last week, and we've come back, we've tested it, and now we've got this gap up this morning. Now, if we just have a close look at this, yeah, this was a double bottom here. Let me just block it out so you can see it. So there's our double bottom there. We've gapped above it. We've come back. We're testing that area there. The logical thing for me right now is we're expecting a move back up into that area there. And then it's going to be crunch time. So if we look at the 8 hour, we have a potential trend reversal here. Okay, we do have a fairly strong, let's just move it there. We've got this fairly strong trend line here. Coincides with a horizontal resistance at the moment, which is at the top here at 165660. So that is very much a line in the sand for a continuation to the upside. So just coming down to the hour, what am I waiting for? Well, obviously I would prefer that gap to close, first thing. And then second thing is we have had a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And by the looks of things, we're going to form a higher high again. So I'm looking for longs in this pair, looking for breakouts and retests on structure. And what's transforming right now, I'll get rid of that block there, and I just want to get rid of that diagonal there. We are rejecting this breakout level here of 164703. So that does look like it is a long play setting up. But we are in the Asian session, so I'll wait for Europe to confirm that. We could still get this gap close, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I would actually prefer the gap close, and I would prefer a pullback back onto 163553, and then to build a position from there. So then to watch price action to see pin bars, inside bars, engulfing bars forming at that level. That would be a much stronger long for me than waiting for this one. But anyway, either way, I think we are expecting a breakthrough. So obviously what we could have is a breakthrough 165637, break up, come back, retest, start forming higher highs on a 15 or 30-minute chart, get in for the trade, tight stop loss, and you are looking for at least 167107. Okay, that's the target that you're looking for. Okay, anyway, guys, that's the 4 forex pairs that I'm looking at this morning. I'm not really seeing anything on the other pairs that I just went through on the weekend, but we will pay attention to them as we move through the week. Hope it helps, and we'll catch you later. Cheers for now.